Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I'm wondering where it was. 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 Okay. Let me guess. Is there echo? Yeah. Okay. I had already turned the audio off and they still gave me an echo. Okay. Speaker. Testing, 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 testing. Okay. Not worth it. Okay. Let me go set up a few more other things just to make sure they're set. Okay, remix can stay. All of that additional stuff that we don't need it today. Elgato, we're not gonna need that. We got a soundbite on the way though. And I think we're all good. That one. Okay, great. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. We're gonna do a quick shout out. These are the shout outs for the people in the chat. I'm up here trying to get as many hours as possible. I'm heading to New York in June and probably back in October. I just want to save some money for some shit, you know. Plus work was just really busy. First off, we got Uncompetitive. He is a mod and a member of this channel. He's the first person in the chat that I see. He said hello to Ice Queen Gaming, but I didn't see her first. So maybe the comments pushed her all the way up. Ice Queen was here, but because of the time difference in the UK, it's very late over there. So Ice Queen was also here. She was a mod and a member. She is a mod and a member. Future Element is also here. What's going on? You're a mod. We have Alexander Clifton. What's going on? Good evening. Mass Produce is also a member. Sorry. Lulu Lang is back with us. What's going on? Cooper Clips is also here. He's a mod. Who else? Jack Bast. What's going on? Dadley Pierre. You're also a mod. We have Dez. He's a mod and a member. Vegan VR King is also here. He's a mod. Bmo Kelful is also here. He's a mod and a member. Karan Williams. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. And I think that should be it for the shout outs. We got a lot of juicy information to come out with. So let me first get started by saying thank you to everybody that is still here. Thank you so much for waiting on me. You know, I know I'll be late sometimes on my own accord, but the last 2 streams I've been late because of work, you know, and I don't like that. Try to keep work and what I'm doing here separate and try to give myself a pretty damn good time slot, but it happens, you know. So I am just going to head on over. We have a lot to cover today. It's not like a shitload of a lot, but it's enough. So first of all, we want to talk about the kind of funny podcast for the Xbox. It's called the XCast, how it's closed. Now I've been told that the PlayStation one closed too, but I don't believe that's true, so I'll go research that real quick live to see if that's true. That one would be called what was that one was called? Not everyone loves PlayStation. It was something that Greg Miller called it. Somebody's gonna remind me. Kind of funny games. I love you, PlayStation XOXO. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I love you, PlayStation XOXO. The kind of funny Gamecast, the last episode. So he's canceling the XCast and the kind of funny PlayStation. Now, this is one thing I want to say about this, and this is why it's the weirdest thing. I've noticed that he's not getting as many views as you would think he should be getting. You know, like he has 294,000 subscribers, and the PlayStation stream he just did, the last episode, that barely got like 8,000 views. The Xbox one got 23,000 views in one day. Like, those would be huge numbers for this channel. But for a channel that has almost 300,000 subscribers, that's not good. Now, I know why a lot of people probably don't watch this channel as much anymore. It's pretty obvious what they allow over there, and some people don't like it and some people do like it. But at the end of the day, a lot of the gaming insiders and journalists and the higher level content creators, they do have to understand that it's a little different to keep the attention of gamers when you're not in that same section of the community anymore. So Greg Miller, you got to respect him. He's been, he went from just a normal gamer like everybody else to like an insider and a high level content creator and many, many other things. But I don't think people feel connected to him and the kind of funny cast of characters anymore. I just don't think they feel as connected. Now, I don't know if cutting both of those podcasts off are going to double the numbers, but in my personal opinion, when you cut off one of your best podcasts, it's probably not the best. I don't think you'll ever come here. 1 second. I don't think you'll ever come to this stream and hear me say, hey, this is the last episode for the Sunday show. No. I'll make sure we always have a Sunday show. We're not gonna not do a Sunday show. That's our main thing, right? You know, you guys may not be able to view it. You guys may be late. Sunday may not be your day to view the stream, but rest assured, we may be late on the news and updates, but on the Sunday show, nah, we're not going to be late on that. That's our main show. When it comes to Kind of Funny, their main show was the PlayStation podcast. It wasn't this. Now, in my personal opinion, as soon as Colin left, he should have rebranded this specific one because no offense to Greg Miller, but the chemistry between Greg Miller and the rest of the cast is not on the level of when him and Colin were together. And I feel like as soon as Colin left or got kicked out or got fired or whatever the situation is or was, you should have renamed it. You should have said, just like call it PlayStation Podcast or PlayStation Fan Podcast or some shit like that. But you shouldn't have kept the same name because it didn't feel the same. I think after Colin left, I completely unsubscribed to Kind of Funny on Twitter, on YouTube. There was absolutely no reason for me to watch that because it would be just Greg Miller. And Greg Miller and Colin, that dynamic was just fucking perfect. It was just perfect. And you're never going to get that shit back. And no matter how much he tries or how much he invests in the production of, what he's doing, it's not going to have that same feeling. And this kind of reminds me of what happened with G4 TV. It's not the same. And a lot of gamers on my level, in our community, we just don't feel the same way about Kind of Funny or Greg Miller when it comes to like them talking about video games. I'm trying to be as positive and not say some stuff, but it's just not the same. And we know why it's not the same, because when you pander to, whether it's by hiring people or having them on your cast or whatever, it's like, you're gonna turn people off permanently. And that means you're turning off ad revenue, you're turning off a viewer, you're having somebody or multiple people unsubscribing. But you can't ever admit it until you start to see the signs of, you do what? And then you go, if you know what I'm talking about. When we talk about the go woke, go broke shit, it was never a lie many years ago when I first heard it. It was only a matter of time. And again, this is the last episode for XCast. Last episode for PlayStation I Love You XOXO. Where the hell do they go? Like, I'm looking at some of the past streams, and in some cases, they can't get anywhere above 20,000 views. And in other cases, as you can see, they're below 15,000 views. So the question here is, did they make the right decision by being inclusive, changing what they were, what they talk about? Like, everybody used to try to get me like, hey, Jay, you should get more platforms. If you build a gaming PC, I would be more of a fan. I would watch you. I was like, bro, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for your approval. I do what I do. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Sometimes, and this is a perfect example, when you spread yourself too thin and you try to be a people pleaser for every gaming platform demographic, you actually lose. You don't actually win. You lose. Especially when it's not genuine. When you genuinely don't give two fucks about the other platforms, but you own them just so people can like you. That's not it. So, sorry, I'm still a little stopped up. In my personal opinion, bro, I definitely feel that this right here, like I feel like they spread themselves way too thin. That's what I think. If you want to call it a downfall, you can call it a downfall. But I saw the cast of characters that they've employed over the last 2 to 3 years, and I understand what demographic they've been trying to go for, if you see what I'm talking about. And it's perfectly all right. You know, some people learn their lesson and some people don't until, you know, you got to start shutting down podcasts and you don't have a legitimate reason as to why. But when you shut down the Xbox and PlayStation podcast right before the financial season of PlayStation, which is in the middle of this month, I got that confirmed by Colin Moriarty himself. And then right after the news that the Xbox showcase was happening, I mean, something's not right here. Like, you would want both of these podcasts to exist to cover the new information coming out this summer from the Xbox showcase, the PlayStation showcase, and also the Summer Games Fest. So, everybody in the chat, explain to me why you would cancel a PlayStation and an Xbox centric podcast right before the showcases related to those specific podcasts. It doesn't make sense. Now, one of the things I have to say is I'm really happy that the XCast is over. I haven't watched the PlayStation, the PlayStation I Love You XO in a long time, so I could care less. I watched this one a little bit just to see the contradiction and to see how many people lie their asses off and change their tune. This hypocritical piece of shit right here got caught lying multiple times. Had to backtrack multiple times. You know, exclusives are good, but not when PlayStation has them. And now he's all games should be on all platforms type of person. Long story short, man, this is all I'm gonna say right now. This is all I'm gonna say. The less podcasts this individual is on that's in our gaming orbit, the better. I know he's on another podcast with another Xbox fan from many years ago. I know who you are, because I know who you are, and you know who I am, because both of you guys blocked me on Twitter, so you already know who I am, and I know who you are. A lot of these dudes are Xbox fans, and no disrespect to both of them, they're not just Xbox fans. They're the original Xbox fans. These dudes have been on Microsoft's you-know-what since the original Xbox. Paris has been covering gaming content with Xbox since the original days. Like, these are not just some random adults covering Xbox gaming news in the 2020s. These dudes have been covering the Xbox gaming news for over 20 plus years. So the fact that, you know, they now have the power of the pen and can write articles and do reviews, it's a very dangerous thing when you know that they're not genuine. So again, like I said, the less podcasts you see this person on, the better, because all he's going to do is lie. Now he's backed into a wall, and he can't really do that. The golden good days of Xbox, or this this narrative that Xbox was making some significant amount of a comeback, and that, you know, over the last 2 to 3 years that was going to happen. There was going to be some massive comeback. He wanted it. Him and his buddy on his other podcast, they both wanted it. They wanted Xbox to make a comeback. They wanted Xbox, you know, to consolidate the gaming industry, buy up studios, prevent those games from being on PlayStation. They knew the power of exclusives. They still do. But now that the game has changed, because again, Microsoft isn't making money off of Xbox. Sorry, my fault. Microsoft isn't making money off of the Xbox division like they hoped, that they now have to pivot. They have to put their games on Nintendo. They have to put their games on PlayStation. And look, man, big shout out to everybody that's popping in. I didn't know y'all was going to pop in like that. Big shout out to you guys. There's a juicy fucking soundbite that I want you guys to hear, since it's like 83. Hit that like button. Trust me, you're going to love this shit. So this one right here is, I just talked a little bit about what Colin had said about when we're going to get the financials. And he was talking about that in regards to... One second. Okay, I'm back. So, they really wanted to make some sort of a significant comeback with Xbox, and that's been the path they've been on for a while now. They, I'm trying to figure out where I sent this. Did I send it to Lucci? I did send it to Lucci. Okay. It's 4 minutes and 50 seconds of good fucking shit. Oh, man. Let me go play this. For the people that left, you can come back and listen to this maybe tomorrow or something like that. There'll be some timestamps. But I'm gonna go play the soundbite real quick. Turn up my mic. Testing. Cool. 80 people in the podcast, bro. 80 people. Kind of gross podcast. It's funny because the very interesting thing about all of this, the last podcast that we heard from Kind of Funny that featured the Xbox cast, which was called the Kind of Funny X cast. What was I think that they're combining both of them into one podcast. That's what they're going to be calling it. The Kind of Funny Gamecast. I don't think it's going to be any more entertaining than the two by themselves. Because I've talked about this dude and I know how old he is. He's old as shit. And I just don't seriously believe that I didn't even see him the last couple streams. I haven't seen him since, I think around the time Phil Spencer was kirking off in the beginning of last year. This guy, what I believe, he came back for the last podcast. Like, he's like, yeah, you're doing the last podcast? Yeah, I'll be here. Like, he wasn't here, like, to give a fuck about Xbox. Like, this was one of the major Xbox fan veterans they gave up. Like, again, look how old he is. He's definitely old. But he gave up. He understood what was going on. Paris didn't give up until the end of last year. This guy gave up. Like I said, the interesting thing, he was not on the controversial podcast where this is where it happened, where they were saying that, Helldivers should be on PlayStation. Helldivers should be on Xbox. And again, this is a Xbox dude. Look at his shirt. It says, "Ask me about Helldivers." Now I want y'all to remember, this is a Xbox-centric podcast by Kinda Funny Games. Their last episode, this dude comes back after multiple episodes of being completely ghost. I thought he fucking quit the stream, which I do believe that was the case. Snowbike Mike and Paris, which nobody really trusts at all, were not able to carry the stream. It wasn't a good stream. Most people don't watch this stream. You know, you see much bigger Xbox personalities on YouTube that are not on their level when it comes to the ability to bump shoulders with the industry veterans, and they get more views, they get more traction, they get more enthusiastic fans. Again, Paris can't support anything because he's a hypocrite. He can't really put anything on his shirt. What this lets me know is this dude is just open, right? You guys might be thinking, hey, how can he tell? It's very fucking obvious. Most people wear t-shirts these days, and most of those t-shirts have shit that they like. We used to do it when we were younger. We do it when we were teenagers, when we were in our 20s, and even when we were in our 30s and beyond. We wear shirts that have shit that people like. This is a work shirt. I was working all day. I didn't really give a fuck what I wore today. I just wore a normal black shirt. This dude, he's wearing a black shirt, but that black shirt has something about Helldivers. Reminder, this is a Xbox podcast. This is the last single Xbox podcast they're going to do together. I think what Greg Miller is going to do is combine them both. It's a horrible idea because nobody cares about Xbox. And in my personal opinion, I don't think the gaming community cares about Greg Miller, his production, when it comes to distributing PlayStation gaming takes. Because outside of Greg Miller, the rest of the cast is not trustworthy and nobody recognizes them at all. No one takes them seriously, and that's just a fucking fact. I'm speaking for a lot of gamers now, because I know how you guys feel. Because we just looked at those views. Those views are horrible for someone on the verge of 300,000 subscribers. Those are horrible views. So back to it. Dude wearing a Helldivers t-shirt. I'm going to let you listen to the audio. Okay? Let me let you listen to the audio from Colin Moriarty. Now, I'll say one thing. I would watch Colin's show more than I would watch Greg. Greg is too politically correct. And Colin says what the fuck he wants. And I respect that about Colin. And that's what I liked about Colin being a part of Kinda Funny in the early days. When he left, my enthusiasm for whatever the Kinda Funny was and was going to become completely left. I don't care that Greg Miller got a fancy production studio. That's not what being a gamer is all about. Okay? That's not what being a gamer is all about. That did absolutely nothing for my trust in him and his company's ability to distribute gaming news that I give a fuck about. So, over the last couple years, most of my gaming news came from Twitter, and I've fact-checked shit on my own. I've done research on my own. I don't need these guys to do that shit because I can't trust them. You guys ready? Let's do it. This is a soundbite from Colin Moriarty, Sacred Symbols. It's very important that you guys listen up.
Status is on the. We've talked about this in the past, but Xbox's status is on the back of the fiscal information that came out yesterday from when we're recording. Yeah. It doesn't look great from a hardware perspective, but very strong from a services and software perspective. Sounds to me like they're turning themselves into a third party fully. And I was reading Satya's commentary, where he noted by name that Microsoft had 7 games in PlayStation's top 7 or top 25. I'm sorry, 20 PlayStation Store's top 25 games. 7 of them were Xbox games. Yeah. and so Bethesda games too, and so your Fallouts and all the rest, and Sea of Thieves is doing very, very well over there apparently.
Crazy.
Pentiment and Hi-Fi. So I'm kind of just curious what everyone's gut feeling is about this, because I was looking at this. There was an analyst. We don't know hardware numbers, obviously. They don't share them anymore, and haven't for a very long time, actually. But he was saying that he thinks that they sold somewhere like 800,000 units in the 3 months leading into the end of the year. Or I guess this would be their third fiscal quarter. It's Microsoft. And when you look at the numbers, you see that they'd actually be down in revenue and in net income, if not for Activision, which puts them over into the black. But they spend so much money doing that. I'm just kind of curious what everyone thinks about this, because seeing Satya talk about how we're committed to bringing more players to, or more our games to more players where they are, it's like, well, this is certainly. You had brought this up, Maddie, about there being no doubt that there would be more. What we call it on Sacred Symbols is Game 5. What will Game 5 be?
Yeah.
Right? And I think it would be something like, keep saying like Rare Replay or something, just because Rare has had consoles for so long. It's like, okay, well, might as well just bring this over and see what happens with this. But who the hell knows? But there's a major level of denial in what I view as some parts of the Xbox ecosystem, for when I read around and click around, that like what is happening is happening. And it has never been more over for the old initiative than it was when they released these quarterly reports. And I was reading, I'm like, it's definitely 800,000 consoles is a quarter is disastrous. That would kill companies without the proper financial stream. You're wearing your Dreamcast shirt. I had a great affinity for the Dreamcast. I loved it. Dreamcast was canceled under very similar numbers. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would argue Dreamcast might have even been doing better than 800,000 globally a quarter when it got canceled in April of 2001.
Let me, you heard what he just said. I'm going to repeat what he just said. He said the Dreamcast was doing better than what Xbox is doing right now when Dreamcast got canceled. So Dreamcast was selling better than the Xbox Series X and S is currently when it got canceled. A lot of Xbox fans believe that Microsoft paid all this money for Bethesda and Activision, and we're going to buy more studios to dig themselves in a bigger financial hole for the Xbox division, knowing that there was going to be no return on investment because no one buys games over there. No return on investment because, let's be real, you guys no one buys the consoles. No PlayStation fans are switching over for Call of Duty. No PlayStation fans are switching over for Starfield. The reason why they had around 800,000 consoles sold in a quarter, which is horrible, is because no one cares about Xbox anymore. And I know we have Xbox enthusiasts that we're going to go take a look at today. They don't help. No one's so oblivious that the lies, like they're gonna believe the lies. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna believe the lies like a dumbass. I want to listen to the other half. Trust me, you're gonna love this.
And so I just don't understand. I mean, I do understand, like, denial isn't only a river in Egypt, as they say, but it's strange to me, like, because I see people holding on to this idea and they basically mirror it. And I've been talking to some of my sources about this as well, with this Helldivers 2 rumor, where it's like, well, it's happening to you too. And I'm like, Helldivers 2 isn't going to Xbox. Like, at least I personally wouldn't care if it happened. I think it would be kind of interesting, like get more people involved or whatever. Yeah. But looking at it through the corporate lens, it's like, why would they do that? And the same thing with Nintendo. Like, no one even dreams that they're going to do that. Microsoft is in such a vulnerable position. I think that.
Now, this is the thing. The original rumor, where Xbox, Helldivers was going to Xbox. It was started by another podcast, and it was Xbox Era. Now, they're responding to that rumor that we heard about almost a week ago. And what's interesting about this is he's spelling it out plain as day. Why would Sony give their best game to a dying Xbox? Like, why would Sony save Xbox? Xbox fans are so fucking weird. They have this narrative that Xbox is doing everything in their power to kill PlayStation by taking games away like Call of Duty, acquiring Bethesda and Activision, and taking Crash away, and taking Starfield away, and it's going to kill PlayStation. And then you believe that Xbox doing all this to kill PlayStation is going to make PlayStation want to save Xbox that was the one dying the whole time. Xbox was dying the whole time, not PlayStation. And they want PlayStation, the one that's dominant, to save Xbox by giving them the best shooter game right now on the market, right now. Which is not Call of Duty, it's actually Helldivers. And, oh my God, it just doesn't make sense. But he sees it. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Xbox is dying. They're selling less consoles than Dreamcast was at the point of when Dreamcast was canceled. Why give it to them? They don't buy games over there. What are they going to do with it? Oh, go back on the internet. Go on YouTube. Go on Twitter and brag in our face that they have access to Helldivers. Like they did with Starfield. They brag about it. They're not going to play it. They're not going to buy it. They're just going to brag that they have access to it. Let me ask you a question. To everybody listening to the sound of my voice, how much money does Microsoft make when people brag about them having exclusives on Xbox but they don't buy them? Does Microsoft make money off of Xbox fanboys bragging on the internet? Because, I mean, I'm under the impression that you don't make money off of people bragging. No one does. You make absolutely no money. So you went on the internet and you like, we got Starfield. We got Starfield. But you're not buying the game. It's a AAA game, multi-million-dollar game. And all you do is go on the internet and brag that you have Starfield. But you're not buying it. And they wonder why this shit is happening. They wonder why this shit is happening. It's happening because you did not support the system you claimed was killing PlayStation. Can't kill PlayStation when you guys are fucking killing your own brand by lack of support. Jack Bass, what's going on? Sony about to take over Paramount. Sony has no money though. Yeah, I saw that. I saw what's been happening today. I want to touch on that. I want to get through the rest of this topic, but man, it is a lot more to talk about today. And the Paramount thing is, if Sony can get that, they will have access to Transformers. They will have access to Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're gonna have access to SpongeBob. They're gonna have access to a lot of stuff, including the Halo series that's on Paramount Plus. So Sony would have access to some legendary IPs, and I think this is a good thing. This is a big fucking deal. You know, if you're not familiar with what the IPs are that Paramount has, you can go do some research on Google. But of two or three of the best ones, Transformers, Avatar: Last Airbenders, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they owned a lot of that stuff. You know, they own everything in the Nickelodeon bracket and then some. So it's Transformers, Sonic, SpongeBob, that like and a lot more. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, and I think that Xbox fans didn't think it was gonna happen, and this is what's going on. Like, they're telling the company to buy Call of Duty, buy Bethesda, buy Activision, and Microsoft listened. Like, Sony is, no offense, they're not listening to us tell them what to buy. When it came to Blue Point, I believe they were listening. When it came to House Marquee, in some cases, we wanted the same thing. The fans and the company wanted the same thing. I can only hope that Sony is not stupid and that they acquire Arrowhead Studios, because that's a big W. But for the most part, I think Sony is more strategic than Microsoft. They may not have the money that Microsoft has, but let's be 100% honest. What do they have? They have a much bigger brain when it comes to spending the little money that they may have access to. And they've done a really good job. They own everything related to anime streaming almost. Like, they're dominant over there. You know? The streaming services on Xbox, Sony's making money off of that app because they own that app now. They own Crunchyroll. They own that. And all the animes that run through Crunchyroll, they have access to that. They get money off that. Microsoft, and it don't matter how much money they got, they not beating PlayStation when it comes to the gaming division, and that's what's going on. The juicy part's coming up.
If I were Sony, I'd be like, yeah, we could sell 1 million copies of Helldivers 2 on Xbox, probably something like that. So we'll make $32 million. Like, and then we put a game on Xbox. And then that opens up this floodgate for us. They're probably like, no, we don't need to do that. I just think that like trying to draw this mirror image between all the different companies is not effective, because it's not going to go the same for all these companies. I think Sony's very interested in getting their games on mobile. I also think Sony's very interested in getting their games on PC. And I've said
that's where I was going to go.
Yeah, and I've said, and my own audiences, a lot of my own audience disagrees with me, but it's like they should do this aggressively, in my opinion.
Obviously, I disagree with
that. More than half of Helldivers copies were sold on PC. So if Helldivers was a PS5 game, it would have done very respectably, 4 million maybe, something like that. I mean, that's a lot for a game like that. But we're talking about 10 plus million, probably much higher than that. I think Sony has held those numbers very close to their vest because they're going to say them in their financials. Their financials don't come out until the middle of May. So we're not going to have any information there. But I wouldn't be surprised if the number was even like 15 million or something like that, for that game. And so I think we have to continue to.
So, as you heard, and I trust Colin more than I trust Greg and his merry band of people. The financials for PlayStation will be in the middle of this month in May. So not next week, but the week after next week. And then the week after that is when we're supposed to have the PlayStation Showcase. So it's kind of all timing up. The middle of May is also around the time that Ghost of Tsushima is going to PC. So a lot of these patterns kind of like make sense to me. You're getting a lot of that stuff around the same time that we already figured shit was going to go down. But now having a date for these financials and knowing that Helldivers is going to take center stages as far as PlayStation bragging about how much money they've made, especially in a games as a service field, man, that shit gonna look good for them. And I've been wondering why have they not given the numbers out? But they want to give the numbers out in a big place. Like, what's bigger than talking about your financials and possibly announcing an acquisition of Arrowhead? Sony is obviously has money and they're willing to spend it. You see what they're doing right now with Paramount, offering $26 billion up. What I think Apollo, is it Apollo? They also partnered up with to pick them up. I don't know, something like that. Big fucking shit. Big shit. Yeah, when you have less money, you're far more strategic. I saw when Colin was talking, I saw Mr. Matty Plays, and I saw the other dude that was on that was there, and I must say they were not fucking happy with what Colin was saying. They were not happy at all. So, again, let me kind of explain to you why we were listening to the soundbite. The reason why we were listening to the soundbite was because Xbox fans think that Xbox One, when they released their financials recently, and they wasted absolutely no time to incorporate the Call of Duty numbers from Activision. Now, Sony did the same thing, and I've gotten on Sony about that shit multiple times. Sony, after the acquisition of Bungie, they used the Bungie numbers to inflate the PC section to make it seem like PC was doing good, or they were doing good in the PC sector. But if you would scroll underneath, I'm going to try to get some of these screenshots for you guys. But if you was to scroll underneath, you would have saw in fine print it was a part of the acquisition of Bungie. But if you would have took Bungie out of the equation for the PC division of PlayStation, you would have saw that they did not do good on PC that year. They didn't do good on PC last year. I do believe they're going to do really good on PC this year when we look at the financials. And the only real reason why I believe that is because of Helldivers. That's the only real reason why, is because of Helldivers. And don't worry, I got the screenshots because I recently had to go get those screenshots to destroy a couple PC people that just didn't believe. Okay, let me see. Where the fuck are these screenshots? Okay, I got that one. And then I got that one. Did I do a ammo box? I did an ammo box. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had to answer a text. Okay. I'm going to go send these to the PlayStation app so we can go get this on screen. So these will be the financials that we got last year, and then we would have the financials that we got the year before that. And just an example to show that, you know, they definitely were, they kind of overshot where they wanted to be in their financials. But it's always good for, you know, at least somebody like myself, if I'm going to talk about this shit, we're going to show it. Because I don't think a lot of people like to show this, because it kind of proves that PlayStation's not doing as good on PC as they thought. I don't benefit anything of them doing good on PC. We know that they don't make enough money to get together on PC alone to make a full game. So the money they bring in from the PC division isn't enough for them to create a full game. With that being said, let me take this off the screen And let me show you what I'm talking about. And you can kind of see when Sony started kind of backing away from PC. They went from 3 games, covering 3 games, to only 2. So this one right here was very interesting. Now I want you guys to keep an eye on fiscal year 2022, where they said their estimate was 300 million. That's what they wanted in fiscal year 2022. You have to keep that in mind. Fiscal year 2022, their estimate was 300 million that they would make from PC. Now, in reality, what happened? Fiscal year 2022 only did 250, not 300. They missed their target by 50. They're not making the money on PC they thought they were going to make. And I believe every year is going to be less. This year is not. It does not mean they're doing good on PC. It just means Helldivers is doing good on PC. Their other games are still eating dirt. They're not bad. We all played them already. We know they're Game of the Year winners. We know they're amazing, life-changing games. However, PC fans don't give 2 fucks about games like those. Give them a Helldivers game, they'll play that forever. Not just because it's games as a service, just because it's their type of game. I've said it before. Maybe just make PC-centric games and keep these types like Spider-Man and Last of Us, keep that shit only on consoles. You're devaluing your brand. You're devaluing the PlayStation Studios. And before you realize that you are doing exactly what I'm talking about, it'll be too fucking late. And there'll be nothing you can do to turn back the clock. Because shit is going to be the way it is. And you fucking did it. You didn't listen to fans that you call crazy, like JayTech telling you that PC fans don't give 2 fucks about you. They're not going to financially invest in your software. They didn't want to invest in your hardware, so what makes you think that they would be honorable enough to buy your software versus not getting your software and maybe, just maybe, I don't know, pirate your fucking game every time it comes over? Because that's what's been happening. So again, in retrospect, let's look at this. Fiscal year 2022, 250. That's what actually happened. Fiscal year 2022, right? Look at it. It says eBay. It stands for estimate. They thought they were going to make 300 million over there. Now, if Spider-Man took $300 million, right? Let's get this shit straight. If Spider-Man 2 cost $300 million to make, and they only made $250 million on PC, then they don't actually make enough money on PC in a fucking year to make a fully funded, high quality AAA game. So the narrative is that they make enough money on PC to give us brand new games. But when the money is so scattered that they make on PC and comes in at such a slow rate, there's no way that you can make a high level AAA game based off of the revenue that we're getting from PC. It was a narrative that was never true. And I guarantee you, when we get the new numbers from this year, it might look a little bit better because of Helldivers. But is it enough to make new games? Are they getting the money in a quick amount of time to make new games? Helldivers might actually make some shit happen. But Helldivers money may be going back into Helldivers. So you got to account for that. Like, some of the revenue they make, they add it up and they show it. But that money goes into different shit. Do they make enough money after putting the money back into the other studios where the games came from to scrounge it up together and say, I got this amount of money. It's enough. Let's make a new game. I highly doubt that. Once everybody gets their bonuses and residuals, I don't think they can look at the money they get from PC and say, we have enough for a brand new AAA game. Knowing that AAA games can be anywhere from $100 million to $300 million. I don't believe they make enough money from PC. And this is not JayTech saying some wild shit. This is JayTech looking at their own financials. Now this is from last year and the year before that. So
you are saying some wild shit, Jay. Don't you not see, Jay? They make money on PC.
Yeah, sure they do. So the new financials should be coming out soon. Now I don't know if the new financials are gonna have this segment in it. I believe so though. Let me go see. Rating source Metacritic as of May 4th, 2022. Okay, so as of May 2022. So so I guess Colin's right. Colin's right because that was May. That was May. So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna like we're gonna get the financials this month. This is what I was talking about when they were talking about a PC did really good. Now remember, they still missed their goal by $50 million. But this was the one I told you when you see Spider-Man Remastered went to PC and then you see The Last of Us Part 1. This was the year after they already acquired Bungie, and it says figures of fiscal year 2022 and after have been included have included Bungie PC revenue since its acquisition by Sony Interactive Entertainment. So what they're doing on PC isn't even 100% what they're doing. Now they incorporated Bungie's number to inflate what they're doing on PC. And what was interesting, since they bring out multiple games a year on PC, they only covered 2 games. But Returnal came out that same year, but they did not want to cover Returnal because Returnal flopped financially. Didn't mean the game was bad. People need to understand the difference between a flop and a financial flop. Returnal was a financial flop on PC. It came out the same year these 2 games came out, but they did not cover it right here. Now, go back to the first time they ever covered PC financials. They included 3 fucking games over 3 years. Horizon Zero Dawn 2022. Days Gone 2021. God of War 2022. They covered 3 games over 3 years. And look at the revenue that they got, respectively. Horizon took 3 years to make $60 million. Days Gone took 2 years to make $22 million. And God of War took like a couple months to make $26 million on PC. You add that shit together, and sadly, it's still not enough to make a AAA game in 2023, which is when these financials came out. Or 2022, when these financials came out. I don't make this shit up. Now, why the fuck would they go from covering 3 games when they put over... I think they got like 15 to 16 games on PC right now in the last 4 years. They went from covering 3 games, their first time talking about the PC sector, to covering only 2 games. Now, this is interesting. Look at what Spider-Man did. At this time, Spider-Man did $52 million. Spider-Man 2 cost $300 million. PC did not help make Spider-Man 2. PlayStation gamers helped make Spider-Man 2. Last of Us, only $15 million. That ain't shit. We know Last of Us games are AAA, and we know they're very expensive. What's interesting is Naughty Dog and PlayStation was heavily reliant on PC for the success of the Last of Us multiplayer game. And after they saw these sales numbers, not too long after, later that year, they canceled the Last of Us multiplayer. I don't believe the Last of Us multiplayer was canceled because Naughty Dog was afraid of being a games as a service studio. I think that they did not see the PC fans ever trusting them or liking their game. And that's why they abandoned the multiplayer. And this is how PC does affect the console gamer. And it was not in a positive way. This also happened with Spider-Man multiplayer, assumingly, you know. And there was like, what, another multiplayer game that got canceled, which was Twister Metal. They're looking to see if the PC fans give a fuck. And they don't give a fuck. And you look at Sony's own financials and see that they don't give a fuck. And also, they don't make enough money to give us a new game. I heard PlayStation fans. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. PlayStation fans kept telling JayTech, you should calm down. They making so much money. They gonna give us new games. They making so much money on PC. They gonna get us new games. When they're making it at a slow ass rate, and most of the fucking numbers over on PC have been inflated, as you can see in the fine print, because of the acquisition of Bungie, not the PC ports. The fact that they also missed their fucking target by $50 million fucking dollars in the physical year of 2022, and even Spider-Man wasn't able to make fucking $100 million in a year on PC, the biggest platform in the fucking gaming world. The fact that they completely abandoned The Last of Us on PC with only $15 million, knowing it wasn't going to go higher than that. We have to understand. We have to understand. At the end of the day, PC did not help PlayStation gamers get new games. Stop saying that shit. I got both of these fucking financials, and we're going to get the third later this month. If they continue to add the Bungie numbers, and I'm saying this so I can be fair, because I'm about to go tear Xbox open. If they keep adding the Bungie numbers, you will never fucking know how bad or how good they're doing on PC. I think this year, though, they're going to not add the Bungie numbers too much, and they're going to just say, look at what we did on PC with Helldivers. And that's going to be their bragging point that, hey, look, we're doing good on PC. But they're only going to be able to talk about Helldivers. If that is the case, and I'm counting on this pattern, bro. I'm counting on this pattern. If that is the case, this is what's going to happen. Watch. So, the first time they covered games on PC, they had 3 games. The second time they covered games on PC, they had 2 games. I guarantee you, if they bro, the next time they cover games on PC, if they only have a picture of Helldivers and no other fucking game, and they brag about how much money they made on Helldivers, that shit's gonna be funny because it proves that none of their other games sell on PC. So remember, the first year they covered PC financials, 3 games were covered. The second time, 2 games, and they left out the Metacritic. They didn't cover the Metacritic of the 2 games because Last of Us was a broken mess on PC, so they were ashamed of that, so they didn't cover the Metacritic. But they covered the Metacritic the first year. I'm all about keeping them honest. I love PlayStation as much as you guys, but the way I'm about to tear Xbox in half, there's a problem. So, we don't got the Xbox numbers. You don't worry about that shit. I'll put something up for you guys to look at. But at the end of the day, bro. Oh shit. At the end of the day, you have to understand that if Microsoft is using Activision numbers to inflate the software of PlayStation, inflate the software of Xbox financials, that's a real low blow. It's a low blow because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I think we all know that nobody buys games on Xbox. So why the fuck would the numbers be that high? Magically, out of no fucking where, Xbox software is high? That makes no sense. It makes no sense that Xbox software numbers will be high because we know they don't buy games. It was pretty obvious from everybody, from insiders to journalists to gamers to fanboys, that they were adding the Activision numbers, and they found that out. And it was a fact that they added Activision numbers to inflate the sales numbers. And when you took that away, you saw the software sales were down by 5%. And I think their hardware sales were down by 30 or 40% year on year, which is fucking horrible. Xbox is going to have their showcase. And it's going to have a lot of PlayStation games. And some people are going to tease them because they're going to be calling it the PlayStation Showcase because they may be showing that many games. There is another thing I wanted to talk about, and I think a lot of you guys heard about it. We haven't talked about it here because it came in between. Yeah, don't tease me like that, man. That shit just got... This right here got my heart jumping. This Spider-Man, the Great Web, the Spider-Verse multiplayer gameplay. That shit just got my heart jumping just right now. Because I swear, if Sony announced this, if this shit really exists, that shit gonna be fire, bro. Oh,
that's so sad.
I know, it's so sad knowing that niggas doing clickbait for this shit, but I'm just saying. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, it's so sad knowing 85 echoes from uncompetitive, rated R. So, let's talk about this new elephant in the room. The new elephant in the room is that Xbox, they're not doing good right now in the hardware. The hardware is really, really bad.
It's not an elephant in the room.
It is an elephant in the room because most of the hardcore Xbox fans don't believe it.
Most Xbox fans would believe that they haven't been shot when they have been. So
I know. Trying to figure out if this is real leaked footage or if this is from some Photoshop bullshit. Because, you know, people do a lot with Photoshop. This looked like it might be a mix of Photoshop and PC, what is it, mods. Never mind, I didn't see that shit. Nah, that's Photoshop. That's Photoshop. Yeah, that's Photoshop. Yeah, that's Photoshop and mods. Oh, come on. This make me block people. People be wondering why I block people. Because when people lie like this, it makes me block them. But I ain't gonna lie. If they actually did this, if they really did this shit, I'm telling you, man, people will be... This looks so fake, yeah. People will be all over it, bro. They would be all over it.
The ironically thing is, Sony makes so much money from this.
They would. They would. Let's get it. This one right here. This one about to be some real good shit. I wanted to cover this. I've been covering this game. I ain't gonna lie. I covered this game for a while. I'm gonna actually show off my PC gameplay because I had some PC gameplay that I did. Because I knew I was gonna need it one day. So it should be JayTechTV PC gameplay. There's a game by the name of HYPBERCHARGE Unboxed. As a PC indie game, I've been hyped about it for a long time. PC gameplay. I think it's PC gameplay. I don't know if I have it. No, that's not it. JayTechTV, the PC gamer 2 years ago. I think that might be it. I think this one might be it. So long story short, and you can ask True Witty, I've been looking forward to this game for years. I don't know when it's coming to PlayStation, but I know I was looking forward to it for years. And I had a lot of like gameplay and stuff. I don't think this was it. This was me playing RuneScape. Where's where's my PC? I think it was it the PC gaming reveal? No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. PC Master Race 3 years of PC gaming stream. PC gaming stream. No. It wasn't that one. I can't even find my own shit because these niggas keep making videos and stuff. These dudes made so many videos about me, it's not even fucking funny. No, I can't find it, bro. I don't know where it's at. Just know that I had like a podcast that was like a PC gaming podcast, and I had covered that game in Sunset Overdrive, and I captured it on my PC. I can't find a video though because their videos keep popping up. This game right here, Xbox fans have been begging for it to come out finally and just release. They've been so thirsty for this game. Last time I checked, HYPBERCHARGE Unbox only had roughly like 17 people online on the PC version. I think the developer is happy that they're getting that Game Pass money. Right, I believe. We're about to find out if it's going straight to Game Pass. The only way for this game to make any type of money is for this game to go to Game Pass. If this game doesn't go to Game Pass, there's absolutely no guarantee that people are going to buy this. If this game comes to PlayStation, I will buy this game. You see the difference? There is no doubt about it. If this game ever came to PlayStation, it's a day one for me. Even after the developer talked about me behind my back on the Xbox podcast, even after I paid full price for the game on PC to play it early, all of that included, I'm still, if it comes to PlayStation, going to buy the game. Xbox fans already fixed their lips to ask for the game on Game Pass. The developer already knew the status of Xbox. So they've been begging and campaigning on Twitter for this game to go to Game Pass. Now, I don't see Game Pass there. What the fuck is that? Talk to me. Let's talk.
What's there to say?
The developer doesn't want PlayStation.
Nah, I mean we gotta talk. I don't see the Game Pass logo. I see pre-order now, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One, which is a weird flex to put it also on Xbox One. But this developer truly does want this game to do good. I'm just trying to figure out, outside of this developer being a PC fan, and yes, God, I gotta find this video. I gotta find this fucking video. But I don't know. I know that this
I don't think the developer likes PlayStation. He
doesn't. He doesn't. But I'm trying to figure out, like, you're not gonna make any money over there. Like, why would you do what you did?
It's almost like he's a fanboy and he made a game, and at the end of the day, because he's a fanboy, he won't look at things logically. So
that's weird. Talk to me, chat. At the end of the trailer, it says pre-order now, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One. Game Pass is nowhere to be found. If we're being 100% honest with this weird pattern I'm seeing, they had an Xbox indie showcase the other day, and a lot of those indie games are not going to Game Pass. The question here is, did the money for Game Pass contracts dry up?
Yeah.
When you hear people that bleed green like True Witty say to me that Microsoft has a blank checkbook, what do you think now, True Witty? Did I still have that blank checkbook?
Hey man.
No, you think they still got it?
I never thought they had it in the first place. If it's to buy publishers, yeah, I guess so. Well, when it comes to giving everything away for free anymore, well, no. They're like, we're cutting back on that.
I'm gonna look on my YouTube channel for this video because I got it. Like you know me, I love my proof. This shit is irking me. I could not find it. All I kept seeing is fucking other PC weirdos making videos about me. I was like, God damn, bro. Let me see. PC.
These niggas are gay, bro. That's all it is. Hey, there's this dude, bro. Oh my goodness, there's this dude. That Thrash exposed, bro. Like, I watched this video earlier. This dude was walking around New York, right? Showing off Stellar Blade photos.
I know exactly who you talking about. The dude that always get community noted because yeah, I know exactly who you talking about.
Bro, when Thrash went through that nigga Steve, oh my goodness, bro. Jeez. That nigga.
He don't play much.
Face outside ever again, bro.
He's still gonna show his face because he making so much money off of all this shit. That's why he keep doing what he doing.
No.
I can't find a video
that he has on his Steam, bro. It's all bunch of gay shit.
Oh yeah. That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense.
Like,
I mean, it's
like animal sex.
Oh, you talking about? Oh no, it's Alex, or are you talking about the other dude?
No, it's not. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's Alex. It's another dude.
Oh wow. Well, sadly, they can say that stuff, but we actually can't. Like, they can say it and do that stuff and show it on their channel, but I don't have faith in YouTube to keep that same energy. So please don't talk about it. I've lost faith when it comes to fairness on this platform. I mean, I appreciate them doing what they do, but No Cap Podcast Truity is definitely a bot. Oh shit!
Wait, what did he just say?
He said you're a bot, bro. Call you bots.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, vote.
Fucking bitch. It's funny because I got the screenshots. I got the screenshots and everything of this damn game. So hold on, let me just go. Where's that folder? Let me go over here and get the screenshots. So I don't know if you remember, Truity. I was in the kid's bedroom on one of the maps, and on the side of the gaming PC that was in the kid's bedroom, it said PC Master Race. And I have the image. I gotta go get that fucking image, bro. Oh my god, I cannot believe it, bro.
Talking about it.
It said what?
It said PC Master Race.
Okay.
Yeah, it said PC Master Race on the side. So I got what I got right now is I got one and two. I got two images, right, from my cell phone. So I'm gonna just send those to PlayStation real quick. Let me see. Can I send it?
Oh yeah, that's his name, SNK.
Oh fucking ass. I'll just go. I'm not a big fan of doing this, but I'm gonna go fucking do it because it's irking the shit out of me right now.
Oh wow, 61 called me the fucking best bot.
I just told you, Sick called you that. Hyper. Okay, so we're just gonna go and do HYPBERCHARGE unbox, and this is one of the reasons why I want to do this type of research. You see that? You see what I said right there? HYPBERCHARGE unbox official trailer 4 years ago. Now, I love Xbox fans as much as everybody in this chat, but Xbox fans really need to stop with the desperation. It's over. You're up here hype. If I catch any of y'all motherfuckers hyping up this 4-year-old game, you waited 4+ years, 5, for this game to go over. And the early access was a lot earlier than when IGN picked it up and covered this trailer.
What was that with the guy who made it that was crying? Did you see that?
I saw it, and I was like, I thought at first it was an Xbox fan or somebody. I didn't even know it was a dev, and I was like,
why is it dev crying?
I was wondering, why the fuck are you crying when you launched the game on PC and Nintendo Switch like 5 years ago?
Oh, really? Did he?
Yes, that game's also on Nintendo Switch. It's also on Steam right now, and I paid for the Steam version. So I'm trying to figure out why he was crying. Now I know he was petitioning to get it on Game Pass, but the fact that the trailer we just looked at did not have Game Pass at the end is weird. He's asking Xbox fans to pay for the game.
But it wasn't in the idea of Xbox thing though, so I don't know why. I looked at it there.
I don't know. I think they said the game's coming out at the end of May. Now, let me tell you guys about this game. This is a game that's similar to like the Small Soldiers movie. Look that up. Fucking great movie. Toy Story. Yep. And Army Men, the video game back in the day. It's a great mix of all of those. Toy Stories, Small Soldiers, and Army Men. All mixed together. Looking at the bedrooms and kitchens and stuff like that from our childhood. There's even a map where you're in a toy store. And you see like toys that we used to play with. They changed the name and everything. It's great. I love the aesthetics of the game. I love the graphics of the game. I love what they tried to do. It didn't catch on for some reason. These type of games don't catch on. But I always support these type of games. I've made it my mission to always buy and support these type of Army Man games because I grew up playing a lot of these types of games. So it's a day one when it comes to PlayStation. It'll be a double dip.
All depends if they gonna put it on PlayStation. I told you. As I said, like it's true that this developer does not like.
I thought you like first-person shooters.
What I'm saying is it being good.
Oh, okay.
It's for children, right? So I mean.
Well, no. I mean, if you want to say it's for children, but it's about our childhood. Like you will see toys that are from our childhood, not their childhood.
You know, it's perfect for Nintendo Switch, and less so for other consoles. I would have thought it would do okay on Xbox. I'm surprised that Microsoft aren't partnering with it and promoting it in a big way. They need something like this. They need something like this if a Valve turns out.
Nigga, what? Okay, I'm competitive. Can I ask something?
Sure.
Why do they need this when they're going third party?
Well, I mean, like you might ask the question, why even continue making games for their Xbox? But I mean, they've got a whole warehouse full of Xbox.
They still have an Xbox right now.
For a little while, at least, they're going to have to pretend that they've got games for it, so people buy them to play the games on, right? And then they've shifted that inventory out, and that, I mean, I think the next thing they'll do is they'll stop making the Xbox Series S. Then they'll bring in another Xbox Series X, which they should have done at the beginning of the generation, like Sony did with their PlayStation 5 digital. Okay, that'll
they don't even want to make
Xbox Series X digital, right?
Okay, I just got the screenshot from my Steam account,
and that will be them with their hardware in terms of gaming consoles done. They won't have another generation after that. They're saying that they're going to do one. They're going to string people along till 2027 with the promise of there being more stuff and it'll be more powerful, and they won't deliver on it.
Well, see, that's the thing. We have some information from Jez from the rumor section and our topic section.
That's all wrong, and I've counted it. So,
so you don't believe that they're going to bring the bigger games over?
No, I've made a detailed tweet breaking down everything he said and saying why I think it's going completely the opposite direction. Because everything he got into a thing with someone and saying, "Where are you getting this from?" And he said, "Oh, it is my."
So you believe it's going in the opposite direction?
It's my informed speculation. So it's like, oh well, he's not an insider as he claims, or like Grok AI claims that he is an insider. No, he's just pulling it out of his ass, and he's not even doing it very well.
Okay, cool. He's pulling out of his ass. What are your thoughts? You don't think anything he said is going to happen?
Yeah.
So you think they're going to go double down on making exclusives?
No. Look, first point, right, is he says all Xbox first-party games coming to PlayStation, even Forza and Halo. That's incorrect, right? It is selected Xbox first-party games coming to PS5. Not all of them. With remasters of the Halo trilogy done by Certain Affinity and the Gears trilogy done by the Coalition, and Horizon by Playground Games, but not Motorsport, as it wouldn't sell in a market where Gran Turismo 7 and PSVR 2 exist. That's what I'm saying. Now that I'm pulling out of my arse, but that is based off a fair amount of informed knowledge about Certain Affinity, Max Hoberman being a much better custodian of the Halo franchise than 343, who I think have done enough damage to Halo that even Microsoft.
I feel like if they bring Halo over though, I don't know what to say, but I feel like when the day they bring Halo over,
everything's coming.
Like everything will be here by that time, but I don't think that we're gonna save Halo, or I feel like at this point in time, I agree. I think I agree with him more than I agree with you, and no disrespect, only because he's so desperate, right?
Yeah.
After the loss of the console war, he's saying this stuff because he knows it's over. Somebody like that, he has nothing to fucking lose. Like, no one is going to give him money or subscribe to his podcast because he's defending Xbox. That, like, those type of people, they're already a certain level of those people that has that whole market on lock. The hopium people like Dirk Griggity that lie to you and tell you everything's doing good. Jez can't do that anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, he cannot go back to that because he's been caught red-handed, like saying, "Hey, bro, this is going to PlayStation," and a lot of them did. I remember when the 4-game discussion came out, and he, you know, all due respect to him, he did say that it was definitely going to happen, and those 4 games did come over. Now, when it comes to Halo and Forza, I'm gonna be honest. If we get Horizon, that's good. Hopefully 4, not 5. Halo, I think the quickest one we'll get is Infinite. I think that'll be the quickest one. I'm not saying we're not gonna get the other ones, but I think it'll be the quickest one.
But the point I would
make
is that if you're saying that you agree with him and you says all Xbox first-party games, well, won't that mean Redfall?
Well, I talked about Redfall today, and I'm hoping that never comes over.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that if you agree with him, you're saying Redfall's coming over to PS5, and I just think, why do that?
It's pointless. I don't agree with everything when he said the word all. I don't agree with everything he said.
He means all, and it means all.
I don't believe all of the games are coming over because not all of them are gonna sell. Just like what you just said. Why would they bring Forza Motorsport when you know you have Gran Turismo 7?
You also
so now I highly disagree with him. I don't agree that every single type of game is coming over. I remember when Jim Ryan said the full slate.
They'll only bring over the games that
Jim Ryan
sell,
said the full slate, but Knack 1 and 2 didn't come over. Order 1886 didn't come over. Until Dawn at the time, Until Dawn didn't come over. So, like, yeah, they're going to bring over the bigger games.
With Jez, and you more agree with me now.
Listen, I'm gonna say right now, they're gonna bring over the bigger game. I think they're gonna switch to the PlayStation strategy, what PlayStation been doing with PC ports. They're gonna bring over the ones that have the highest chance of retention to make their money back. Mm-hmm. It would probably have to be a Forza Horizon. I don't know what type of Halos they're gonna bring over. He said even Forza and Halo, but he didn't say years, which is a weird thing to say.
He did.
And I don't understand his definition of all. If I'm being 100% honest, they don't have that many more games left to give. And I've always talked about that. Like, there's not that much to give. If you know what I mean. They don't have a lot to offer. Yeah. All their timed exclusive deals from indie devs and second-party studios, they're already on PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And they gave us a couple third-party Bethesda titles just recently. So now, like, and I talk about those 4 games, the next 4 games. Maybe Rare Replay, right?
Killer Instinct, Quantum Break.
Oh, Killer Instinct, yeah. Quantum Break. Okay. What Quantum Break?
I mean, look.
I don't know. I think Quantum Break and Rise are too old.
More in the Xbox 360 generation. And I would be all for them taking those games and remastering them for the PS5. But use a talented studio to do it. They've got to invest some money in it. They can't just bring them over and like upscale them and say that's enough. Otherwise, they're just doing retro gaming. Why would you? It's a bit like when Nintendo bought Super Mario 64 to the Switch, and they basically put it on an emulator, and it wasn't even a good emulator. And they sold it through the eShop and said, "Look, there it is. It's on there now." And it's like,
because Nintendo don't give a shit.
Off with the Dolphin emulator on PC. Why isn't it better on Switch than it was on the N64? You know, it's disappointing. So, anyway. That was just one of the points, but there's other things he said. But it sounds more like you're saying some Xbox games, and I'm saying selected ones. And the reason I don't say some, because it's vague to say some, I'm saying that they're going to cherry pick the best cherries to put on the PS5. They're not going to have Redfall, right? Because it's not a nice cherry. Seems fairly obvious to me. And I think Motorsport's an okay game, but when you've got Gran Turismo, there's no point. And there's nothing like Horizon.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but it's
they've got rid of MotorStorm, right? And they've got rid of Drive Club. So there's an opening there for something in the market. So that makes some sort of sense.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
You also got to you also got to understand Sony has a lot of games on their third party games on their platform that is similar to Gran Turismo. So it's not like this can't.
Well, I mean,
on there.
The time scale over which this would happen would be years, right? They've got what is it? They've got 3 years until it's 2027, where they actually almost end making the console and keep it going, because they said they're going to give up in 2027 if they hadn't got to 100 million Game Pass subscriptions. Well, there's no way they're going to do that. So they are leaving the gaming market by 2027 is effectively what they've revealed in the FTC hearing. So how do they go about doing that? How do they leave gracefully without a huge loss of face? I mean, they could go about it incompetently and catastrophically and tell everyone, oh, well, you know, Hellblade was going to come out next month, but actually it's not now because we're not going to make any more games. And, you know, Game Pass is no longer going to be a thing, and it's all stopping as of Tuesday next week. It's like, what? I mean, they wouldn't do that. They've got a business. They're making a bit of money off it. They're going to run it and run it and run it and kind of pare it back and make it so it runs more efficiently and with less overheads, and then make it so the whole thing ends up something that maybe will last as a small business on the side into the future. You know, I think they're going to make another digital console this year. There's no more performant than the Xbox Series X. It's going to be the same hardware but without the disk drive, because that way the disk drive can't break.
Yeah.
Right? And that way they don't have to pay for, you know, everything's covered by a warranty, right? So if it has less moving parts, that's better for them. Also, by being on a SSD, that means that if you want to play your backwards compatible games, you haven't got a slot to put them in and just get them off Microsoft for nothing. You have to go off and download them from their store, even if you own the disc.
What is this part right here? He says next Xbox will be side load Steam. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Maybe Thick Human knows what that means.
Okay.
I think it might mean something like it has like an emulator or something where it runs Steam within it.
It'll be just like a fucking PC then.
But I mean, the thing is that
but that's
how is it
that's
that
what everyone's saying.
is it not
Be more like a PC box.
Is it not likely that Windows 12 is going to be stripped down Windows when it goes to these systems, and that way they can have Steam Big Picture mode in there, and then make it so it's kind of quite easy to get into Steam.
Alexa off.
The Xbox.
Alexa on.
No, you're on speaker. So
Oh shit!
Yeah.
God damn it! Look, my take on this is there's some truth to this, and there's some bullshit to this.
Okay, what you said just there, I agree with that. They'll do the on Xbox first and the port later, or simultaneously if they can. And I think it makes more sense in the future as they get better at this to do things day and date on both consoles.
Didn't I say that though? Didn't I say that about a Valve? I think a Valve has the better chance of being day and date.
Well, I was going to say the reason I thought that Hellblade was releasing on PlayStation 5 on the same day as it would on Xbox was because that the Ninja Theory had delayed its release, and I thought they'd been told to make it also work on PS5, and that's what was causing the delay.
Hey,
they've been at it for 7 years.
Hey, them frosted glass windows, bro.
Oh, I think you're right though.
It doesn't look like it's coming out day and date on both consoles.
No, it's not.
So, which is surprising to me. So I'm thinking, well, what was the delay for?
It was for the PlayStation version.
Which is what, being held back for no reason other
for a couple months, so they can claim that they have exclusives. It's the last ditch effort to see if they could sell systems.
I see. So it's always going to get a timed exclusive release on Xbox.
To a degree, yeah.
I believe that's the idea.
Yeah, okay.
That's the plan.
So they might do that with Indiana Jones as well, where it comes out on Xbox and then it's
like,
2 months and then it's on PlayStation.
It's like Xbox is a time exclusive box, right? So for the old faithful, the ones that will never leave the console, it will just be a time exclusive box. What would happen is the games will come there first. They'll get its patches and all its updates, and when it gets all its updates, then they'll be moved to PlayStation.
Well, look, guys, we got some other topics, but it's about to get heavy. So, you know what I brought up? I brought out some fucking gummy bears. That's how heavy it's about to get. It's gonna get that heavy, bro. So, strap in. Show's not over. Oh man, let me get some nice. Good old gummy bears. Nice good old gummy bears. Tastes like Game Pass. That's good stuff.
Oh, it's green?
Brown.
It must taste like shit then.
It's brown. Like
It
Game
must
Pass.
taste like shit.
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, it must taste like shit then.
Going back to HYPBERCHARGE Unboxed. This was a screenshot that I had took when I was playing the game on my laptop. And you know it's my fucking picture. Because I told you I took the picture. And also my character's red and black. Goobity goop. Shut up. Shut up, True Woody. I don't want to hear this shit. It's the only color I could find. It's red and black and white. All I can find. That's all I can find. That's all I can find. That's the story I'm going with. That's all I can find. So, the developer, I have put this original real slogan on the side of a PC on one of the maps in the bedroom on the side of a PC. It says, "Glorious PC Master Race. May our frame rates be high and our temperatures low." There's a reason why PlayStation is going to be the last platform that gets this game.
Of course.
The developer is a hardcore PC fan. Again, remember this when I go back and look at the trailer. Remember that the developer is a hardcore PC fanboy. They put it on PC and Nintendo Switch first. What did I tell you guys? Back in the day, PC fans picked PC over PlayStation, and their sidearm was a Switch. That's when Steam understood the demographic of what was going on, and they said, well, you're a PC dude and you like a Switch, but you also like PC. How about we just make a Switch of our own? And that's what's going on. So the developer, okay, going on that demographic back then before the Steam Deck existed, they was like, oh, we're going to put it on PC and Switch. We're not going to put it on Xbox. We're not going to put it on PlayStation. After they did that, and it flopped on Nintendo Switch, the developer had this campaign. They had this fucking desperate campaign of putting this game on Game Pass on Xbox. They were hyping the game up and calling it by name. This game could have already been out if they would have partnered up with PlayStation. It took 5 fucking years to get this game on Xbox.
God damn, bro. That's some desperation, bro. They ran out of.
What happened?
Well, the developer's in a video talking about his game, saying he always wanted to make a game, and how hard it all was and everything, and he starts crying. But I wasn't like paying full attention to the video, so I don't know like what's the problem. You know, I mean, have you mortgaged your house so that you could do the game, but you're not making money out of the game? And
I'm gonna tell you right now.
End up living out of cardboard.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If he's putting his faith in the Xbox community.
Oh boy.
If he's put his faith in those dudes to buy this game, after 4 years of waiting, 4 years or 5 of waiting for this game on Xbox, hyping it up in the Xbox community.
It looks better than Grounded. Let's be honest, right?
Hey, cut that out. Hey, kick this guy out.
I mean, Connor, I know it's similar, right?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
From Microsoft, they keep going on about grounded, and this is like way better. It's much better quality. It's polished.
Yeah, but you also got to take into consideration. Microsoft doesn't care about quality.
I suspect he's been working on it for years. With the early access and everything, I suspect it's been years in development. Crazy. Probably consumed his life.
Look, man. I think the developer spent a lot of money to try to get this on Xbox, and I think they're not going to make their money back.
Yeah, he might be in financial situation about this. Yeah.
Because I think he's crying emotionally. He was crying because they finally got the game. out, and it's
Right.
finally coming to Xbox because that's what they wanted.
Okay.
But I will say
thing
one
is-
thing: it's some other publishers bringing that shit over there. Now, this is what I want you to look at, and this is probably why it's exclusive. Powered by Microsoft Azure PlayFab.
Okay.
Okay.
I never heard of PlayFab.
I never heard of PlayFab either. Let's go do some research because I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. Tell me the whole thing.
True Witty, what is PlayFab? I know you know everything about Xbox.
Fuck off. It's Microsoft freaking. I don't fucking know.
You fucking know. You bleed green.
It pops up every single time when Azure pops up on a game.
Okay, let me see. What is
Like,
Azure
it was
PlayFab? Build and operate live games on a single platform. PlayFab gives you everything you need: game services, data analytics, and live operation tools to launch faster, extend your game life cycle, and reduce cost. Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's middleware then for a multiplayer game.
yeah.
It's kind of like
Not a lot of people use that though.
I've not heard of it.
It was on Street Fighter 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Instant iteration, build or edit audio real time. Okay, so they using Fmod, which is something for audio.
Yeah.
I just want to go do this last search. Insta Laud? Is that Instalaud?
I think that means level of detail. Possibly.
Instalaud automatic level of detail
LOD.
creation. Yeah, that's what it is. Cut your costs by automating your 3D optimization, saving at least 30% on art production. Yeah, he definitely wanted to do as much as he could do under a very low budget. Obviously, yeah.
You make a high resolution model. You sculpt it as well as you can. Maybe you use ZBrush or something. Then you put it into some of this software, and it goes off and makes a polygonal mesh, and then creates a tessellated texture on top of it with bump mapping and stuff. So, which is what they did with Far Cry, one of the early Far Cry games. It had a much lower number of triangles on the people than it looked like it did because it was using bump mapping. So they started off with a detailed figure, and then they went through this process that made it so it was mapped to a model. It's a little bit like GoldenEye on the N64, how blocky the characters were in that. And then you just had a plane for their face without any kind of sticking out nose. But then they just mapped a person's photograph of one of the developers onto the face. It's kind of like that, but with a bit more, to it. It's got an intermediary stage of putting in a bump map. So
I think the whole I played the game, right, and I think
having a shape.
Hold on.
Actually there.
I played the game, and I think that it was
something
which
is
dope.
called trompe l'oeil. So you make it seem as if like you can have a plain wall and you can paint a shadow in it in such a way that it looks like it's got a cornice or something with light falling onto it, and as if there was a recess or something. And it's not there at all. So you're doing a trompe l'oeil, and you have to recalculate it every time, and you do it consistent with the lighting and the level. So it's quite a sophisticated technique, but yeah. But I suppose
there we go.
Old hat now. Is that, nowadays I don't know what they do.
So I agree with you. I think that the developer definitely was on his last amount of money, and I'm only saying this because this is the only game they ever made, and they've been making it for over 5 years now. Like I think the early access was like 2017 or 18. It's been a long time.
To say that I can say about Xbox development, which is that Jeff Minter, who is a lone developer similar to this guy, who's made a lot of kind of shoot 'em ups, he complained and griped about Xbox development and said the amount of effort they make you go through for localization is insane. They want you to have the text in the game work in every language around the world, so you have to translate it into Finnish and Suomi and God knows what. And it's like it just adds to the work enormously. And so that to get that certification, it has to have localization. And it's just a huge burden. And I think on the Sony system, they don't bother. And that's why you go on the marketplace and have games that will be in Japanese and won't even have English subtitles as an alternative. They certainly won't have French.
There's 17 people on the game right now. Over the last 24 hours, it was 29 people. The game was a financial flop on Switch and PC. The reason why the developer wanted this game on Xbox is to make some money from Xbox being desperate enough to put the game on the platform. This game, I'm going to be honest, it might not even come to PlayStation because what's the benefit?
I don't think he's got the money to get this PlayStation development kit.
Yeah, but that's what he wanted to do. He's okay. I'll Lucci Sky. I got you, bro. Let me just finish this.
Oh, what?
When I talk,
he's picked the wrong horse, hasn't he? He shouldn't have.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I think he's like, okay, we make this Game Pass money on what's the name. That'll give us enough money to put it on PlayStation. I don't even. It looks like it's not going to Game Pass, and if it's not going to Game Pass, and you really expect them to buy the game, even though you put it on all the Xbox consoles, bro. And I'm calling you out because you disrespected me, and I'm still gonna respect you, but I'm gonna tell you some real shit of how it's gonna go down. And you can say what you want to say. You can block me. You can say what to do, whatever you need to. They don't buy games, and you know it. And you might be a PC fanboy, and that's the reason why you haven't put it on PlayStation yet. But I still supported your game on PC. But they will not support your game on Xbox.
They don't have a reason to.
You bet on the wrong horse, and you fucking know it. There's multiple reasons why he was crying. There's multiple reasons why he was crying.
Yeah.
And there's going to be multiple reasons why he fucking turns against the Xbox community in the next couple months. When this game does exactly what it's doing right now.
This is how it's performing on PC, though. This isn't how it's performing on Xbox. It's not on Xbox yet, is it? I would say it's going to do well on Xbox.
It has 17 people playing right now on PC and 29 people. Now, if Xbox can re-energize this game, we've seen shit happen, like with Fallout, that'd be great. That'd be great. Nobody's saying this stuff is impossible. What we are saying is the Xbox fans don't buy games. In order to hype up a game like this, you're gonna have to buy it.
Well, I think from the looks of this, right, not having played either, this looks like the Xbox version of Helldivers.
Well, see, that's what I wanted to get to earlier.
Right? Don't you think it's a big
exactly? I feel like they now have this. I should not hear anybody begging for Helldivers. You now have a chance to show the entire gaming world that you will support a game. Here's your test. Support this game like you wanted to support Helldivers.
You would freak out at me making that comparison.
No, because I've been wanting people to make more of those comparisons. You guys have Helldivers now. You have your own. Don't beg for Helldivers anymore. And if you, this would be funny. If you still beg for Helldivers when you get this game and you've had all these other shooters, there's a problem. There's gonna be a major problem with your brain, bro. Because like Microsoft is doing everything in their power to satisfy their fans, and their fans want something completely different. I'm gonna read this off real quick. Lucci Sky, I'm reading it off. Calm down. I'm getting to it. Calm down. For those who asked, Activision Blizzard for March quarter 2023 and impact on Xbox performance from Microsoft's slide deck for March 2024, less revenue equals bad. Higher expenses equal bad. Operating environment and economic impacts do matter. Okay. Look, I still need to wait for everybody to acknowledge it, and then we could continue to like brag and point, ha, you losing money. But right now, a lot of people are not going to acknowledge it. They're not going to look at these numbers. They're not going to give credence to this shit. I know how this industry works. I know how the gaming news cycle works. They don't want to admit the Xbox is actually fucking dying. And even with the acquisition of Activision, they're still dying. They don't want to admit this. They don't want to admit. We knew that the operating cost of Activision for Microsoft was going to be fucking a dire thing for them to realize. They have this big brain idea that once we buy Activision, PlayStation fans will panic and believe that they can only play Call of Duty on Xbox, and they will run out during the holiday season of 2023 and buy an Xbox. And then that's how we win. That's what they thought was going to happen. I don't know what I'm looking at, Lucci. I see the chart, but I don't know what I'm looking at. You talking about the operating income loss? Because there's multiple charts here, so just let me know what I'm looking at. But I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't do anything with this. Nobody gonna listen to me yet. We gotta wait for this information to make the rounds to the proper gaming media. So the gaming media that Xbox fans might actually listen to can tell them the truth, and then they'll fucking understand. But as of right now, me saying it, these niggas ain't gonna believe me, even though it's true. Like I've been telling them for the last couple months, the next 4 games are gonna be ones that hurt them, and they don't want to fucking listen to their shit. They keep telling me, Phil Spencer only said 4 games. I'm like, okay, cool. And when it comes out that it's not only 4 games, I'm gonna come back to the same motherfuckers that kept telling me Phil Spencer said it was only 4 games, because he did not use the words only 4 games. I'm trying to click the what's the name. A couple of the stuff you sent me, I can't see because they blocked me. Yeah, like the first 3 links I can't see because they blocked me. So whoever the first 2 links are, I can't see them because those dudes block me. Next Gen Gamer Player and Darkborn 162. They both got me blocked. Oh man. Yeah, thanks man. And I'll check it out. But yeah, this is HYPBERCHARGE Unboxed. I was playing it on my laptop. Laptop ran it very well. It definitely can hit that 120 frames per second on Xbox Series X if they wanted to. Other than that, it'd just be a 60 frames per second game, so that'd be a plus for them. Hardware sales estimate for March 2024. This was posted today. And they said Xbox Series X estimate is at 350,000. That is embarrassing. Hey, they almost about to do PS4 numbers. Goodness. Damn. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
PS5 are out, just really out there shining right now. Helldivers, Stellar Blade, what is it? Final Fantasy, Grand Blue Fantasy, Rise of the Ronin. PlayStation shining in the first half of this year. Goodness. PlayStation got 1,338,000. This is the estimate. Right? This is not confirmed. This is an estimate from VG Charts. It's not confirmed. It's an estimate. I have to say that because you guys are going to put shit in my mouth and say that I believe this is real. I don't believe it's real. Because I know VG Charts and I know most of their estimates are on bullshit. But the fact that they they estimated that that's where it's at, and then Xbox is at 350,000, and that's under what Nintendo Switch is estimated at, which is 945,000. And this is combining United States, Canada, I think Mexico, Europe, and Japan together. Xbox is dead. And the fans killed it. HYPBERCHARGE Unboxed is not going to save Xbox. And listen, the reason why we're talking about it is Xbox fans always have this weird, stupid narrative that every game is going to save Xbox. And I don't know why they keep thinking this shit. Like, Xbox has released a lot of L's, and none of them were the magic L that would, save that brand. Starfield didn't save the brand. I mean, True Witty couldn't save the brand, even if he wanted to. Both of them catch too many L's. That's why. This game's not going to do anything, but I'm happy it exists, so maybe they can stop begging for Helldivers.
Okay.
You think it'll do okay? What do you? How many copies you think it might sell?
Sell?
You think this game's gonna sell?
I mean, you're sure it's not coming to Game Pass?
I mean, they're the one. This is a Xbox. Let me zoom in.
Maybe you see, one of the things I said in my tweet was that I thought going forward, Game Pass would lose AAAs, and it will become cheaper to subscribe to it. Cheaper than a Netflix subscription, because it's kind of a lot at the moment. And I thought that it would have like indie titles in it, and I thought that the AAAs would be sold at full price outside of Game Pass. Now the first of those is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 5, which is set in the Gulf War, right? That they can't afford to put that in Game Pass. We know that already. Now, is the same going to be true of Indiana Jones? Probably. Is the same going to be true of Avowed? Maybe. We know that Senua's Saga is going to be in Game Pass, but that's only because they told us that it was already, so they can't back out of that very easily. But why are we assuming that the next Forza, the next Halo, whatever else, Perfect Dark, that's all going to be in Game Pass as well? They're spending a lot of money on making games, and people are getting it far too cheaply. They subscribe for a month, they play
I agree,
game, and then they cancel it.
I'm gonna go to their Twitter page because something's not right here.
The whole plate of games.
Yeah, I understand and I agree with what you're saying, but something's not right that this developer has been campaigning for this game to be on Game Pass forever, and it's not even on Game Pass.
Well, the reason he would do that is so that it would have a high server population, because the more people who have access to it, the more people will be on it, and then hopefully there'll be people who say, oh, I do want to keep playing this, so if it looks like it's going out of Game Pass, I'll buy it at this point, right? To stay playing with my community of friends. So there is a logic to having it, be readily accessible to people on Game Pass.
I'm gonna scroll down the comment section where he was crying and see if if he confirms it's on Game Pass. Cause I'm like he even on the banner of the official website, the Twitter page, they're not even talking that it's going to Game Pass. I don't think he was able to get that contract. I think they was like, yeah, we'll put it on Xbox and stuff, and we'll give you some help, but we won't. We're not gonna put it on Game Pass.
It could be that Satya Nadella said, right, that's enough money you've spent for the time being, Phil. You know.
I'm confused though, cause it's only fucking May. So what they gonna do for the rest of the fucking year? If they can't afford to put this game on Game Pass, what is Xbox gonna do for? I think Xbox is about to leave. I think if their pockets are too tight for this game, they about to leave, bro.
Look, surely they spent enough money on studios. They bought Bethesda. Well, they bought people behind Bethesda, who own Bethesda, right? Didn't just buy Bethesda in isolation. They bought. Can't remember what they are. What's the name of the overall thing? Is it Vivendi?
You say what?
Is it that they bought Vivendi or something that is the umbrella thing that Bethesda is part of?
ZeniMax, yeah.
ZeniMax Media, yeah. So they bought that. Then they bought Activision Blizzard King, which is an enormous thing to take on, right? I mean, I don't think they're looking to spend any more money on anything. But I saw a tweet just today saying like, "Oh, they're going to go after Sega next." I'm like, no, they're not. Don't. I mean, like, what? They're going to buy Nintendo? You know, it's like.
This developer has been kissing Xbox's ass for a while now. So the game's not going to Game Pass, but I think I know what he's sniffing up to. If the game flops, which it will flop financially, then they may want to like give him a Game Pass contract to put it into Game Pass, but it won't be as lucrative as a day one Game Pass contract, which is what he desperately wanted. But it doesn't look like that's what he's going to get. Microsoft doesn't make fuck ups like this. They never fuck up like this. They always put Game Pass. Especially for a small indie game like this. This will be prime Game Pass fodder. I don't think they see a point anymore. They're not selling a lot of consoles. People are not buying games. Gamers are not taking Xbox serious. It makes sense. I see PlayStation fans saying they want to support the game, but they're not understanding shit. Yeah, PlayStation fans keep saying, hey, I hope it's a PlayStation release. I think PlayStation fans might want to hold on for another couple of years because they gotta have to make a shitload of money from the Xbox version to put it on PlayStation. And it's gonna be funny because PlayStation probably got the most players. This is sad. Like they knew what they needed to do to get a W, and they did the exact opposite. I can't respect that at all. No, I can't respect that at all. What the fuck, man? All that begging to get it on Xbox. And you can't even get that Xbox contract. That Game Pass contract. This is very interesting to me. This is very, very interesting to me. HYPBERCHARGE unbox. I'm telling you right now, man, if they don't support this game, Let this be their own Helldiver. They can make it big and make it their own Helldiver if they support it. It's really up to them if they support this game, man. I know these dudes. I know they're not gonna buy this shit, but it's still funny. Wait, I'm trying to figure out where. There it is. Is this it? Yeah, there are videos. I'm just looking at the views. It does seem like HYPBERCHARGE Unboxed got the most views in the last day, which are sitting at 53,000 views on Xbox's main page for YouTube. So that kind of makes a good point right there. Now, let me go see what Helldivers 2 is doing. The IGN version of the new Battle Pass trailer did 200,000 views in 10 hours. The trailer over here on PlayStation did 389,000 views in 12 hours. Those are huge fucking numbers. By the way, 389,000 fucking views, bro. What the shit? I mean, they can have their own version of this game, but I don't think Hi-Fi Rush is that. I don't think that's. Now that I look at these view comparisons, I'm sorry, bro. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. This is, and then quality wise, like I said, people gonna play it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's that impact. That's that impact fire grenade, incendiary grenade. I need that. I need that. Yeah, they're not on that level. Yeah. They both start with an H, though, uncompetitive. So there's that. HYPBERCHARGE Unbox and Helldivers. I mean, that's good. They both start with an H.
Yep.
So that's gonna be dope. I can't wait until we get the new Helldivers armor. I'm so pissed off these PC fans keep fucking. They keep fucking leaking everything. It's boring. I hate when that shit happens.
Jez Gordon was saying that there'd be future Xbox hardware. I'm saying that there won't be. And that they're lying, that there'll be a more powerful generational leap is coming in 2027. And that's just a ruse to string Game Pass subscribers along so they don't cancel and keep the faith. And there won't be a handheld, there won't be a Portal style device, and there won't be a dongle. We've seen that some of these things are in the works. We've seen Keystone, stuff like that, but that doesn't mean it's coming out, right? It's just an idea that they're toying with. That was back at the time that they were doing things like, we're going to compete with Stadia, right? And Amazon's Luna. And then they ended up more or less entirely backing off from that strategy. And Thrash has shown how slow xCloud is to start letting you into a game. And when I had Stadia, I could buy a new game and then be playing it in the space of a second. right?
Oh, they showed the behind the scenes mocap for Helldivers.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It looks just like him.
It's insane how quick it is, and it's a shame that they stopped it. But yeah, we are. I think the Xbox that was leaked, that was codenamed Brooklyn, will come out this year, and it's just a digital Xbox Series X, but with a 2 terabyte SSD. And I think that the sign that we've got from Phil Spencer, he's dropped the parity clause that was keeping it so that Starfield had to be 30 frames a second to not embarrass the Xbox Series S. That
so the Xbox Series X is going to do 60?
Starfield is 60 frames a second relatively easily with the May update of Starfield, right? But on Xbox Series S, it's 40 frames a second, I think. So it still can't compete. And I think the Xbox Series S is going to be discontinued quite soon, and it's going to be replaced.
I disagree.
By the Xbox Series X Digital Edition later in the year.
I disagree.
I mean, it's the better selling machine, but they want to push people.
I agree. I agree. It should get discontinued, but it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
I don't see why it would be a lawsuit.
Because you're canceling, you're discontinuing the platform that people buy the most.
They don't have to keep making things that are lost.
No, but going forward, that would lead to more developers just abandoning the Xbox Series S, and that would hurt a lot of people that already currently have it. Like I said, it's a lawsuit waiting to happen. People have sued for less in this country. People have sued for much less.
Also come to the X, right? So they just get them on the X.
I mean, I'm with you. It's a sound strategy.
They get themselves a PS5 and play them there because they're all going to end up on PS5.
Yeah, I mean...
Or they're going to Switch. They're going to be everywhere. You know? Well, one of the things I noticed, I thought, what is the difference, right, between the Xbox Series S and the Xbox One X? Right, the previous generation. Did you know that the Xbox One X was better? That's insane. The Xbox Series S, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Xbox One X, 12 gigabytes of GDDR5. It's got more memory. Xbox Series S, what's the speed of the RAM? 224 gigabits per second. Xbox One X, 326 gigabits per second. Way better. Xbox Series S, 4 teraflops on a 128-bit bus. Xbox One X, 6 teraflops on a 384-bit bus. I mean, what are they doing? Why are they going backwards? What was the point in coming out with the Xbox Series X in the first place? Everyone should have just... They shouldn't maybe even have bothered with the Xbox Series X and just made some games for the Xbox One X because it barely got anything other than Forza Motorsport 7.
Well, that's not the case. I always find it funny how empty the office is and how they only try to focus on like 3 people. Isn't this office supposed to be fucking busy?
Yeah, well,
like, aren't they supposed to be fucking working? Shit. Every time I see Bethesda Studios, from all the Starfield shit, it felt like the game was made, and they made the game the way they wanted to make the game, and then it was like, oh, okay, we're done. I will say the interviewer is very cute. She's very cute.
I'm not sure that mullets suit women.
Well, it don't matter. So what are they doing now? So you get to customize your ship now? Like I said on Twitter, 9 months for this? You waited 9 months to do all of this?
Is that they put a computer on the table and it was an Apple Macintosh.
I saw that. That's funny.
Blade, I noticed that they got the Apple Lisa with the hard drive on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice?
They had some old-fashioned TVs also.
That's on top of the screen is actually the hard drive. Yeah. I thought, and it was perfectly done. Absolutely perfect down to the keys on the keyboard. And it's a pretty obscure computer, the Apple Lisa. It was what was the prototype of the...
So this update is coming at the end of May, and then the major update's coming in fall?
I think so. The Shattered Space one's coming later in like September. They didn't say September, but they said fall, and I take that as meaning September. So,
well, I'm starting to think that when the Shattered Space comes around and the game is roughly around a year old in September, or it is a year old in September, that's when it's going to be or already be announced and ready to ship on PlayStation.
Well, it's going to have a bit more plot, right? They're going to add some more missions to it, and then they said they're going to be a new way of traveling around, which was being very vague, but ideally it might mean a hover bike stowed away inside of the, hangar bay of your ship, which you climb down the ladder, get on the hover bike, and then travel across the landscape on it, and make travel from point to point a bit faster, a bit like Destiny's Arrow. They could do that. Wouldn't kill them to do that. Now, do they need to have the long trek from place to place to load in the next set of geometry from the next place you visit? I don't know. It might stream in the background. They don't have to have the vehicle be all that fast. It could just be like, 60% faster than your top running speed, and it might still give them the opportunity to load things in if that's restricted. Oh, hold on, there's a vehicle. Hey, hold on a second. We just seen a vehicle.
Where? I missed it.
Go back a bit.
Because I don't care about Xbox or Starfield.
That's a big reveal. That is Starfield with real vehicles in it. Helldivers
did it first. Goobity goop.
I quite like the way she's done her eye makeup.
Let's go zoom in. It is a vehicle. It looks like dog shit, but it's definitely a vehicle. So I'm guessing the vehicle gonna be this fall, or are they giving that to?
It's not gonna be a bike. It's not gonna be a hover bike. It's gonna have wheels.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Terrible on certain planets.
So are they getting the vehicle this month, or is that in fall too?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be in
they making them wait all year for this shit.
There's so many planets are like craggy moons, aren't they? You're not going to be able to drive that over the moon, are you?
I would imagine not. This is it's still like a tease. It's like you still at the end of the day, it's way worse. I say like 8 to 9 months. They making them wait a whole year to get some of this stuff. This stuff really was supposed to be ready by now. This stuff was supposed to be ready by now, bro.
Oh, well, it could be that if this is promoting what's in the May update, then it might be that it does have the vehicles. I have to see what the list of the changes are in the bug fixes and stuff. That list, it'll detail everything that they're doing, and then we'll know for sure. Unless they say verbally in the trailer what it is. I don't know. They haven't improved the navigation of your equipment. And on PC,
I wonder if they gotta do that
there's a whole
alien
load of
shit,
mobs.
because I thought somebody said it was gonna be aliens on the game, but they didn't see
I
any.
don't think that's happening yet.
It's crazy because didn't they have different like what was it? What's the word on Elden Ring? Not Elden Ring. Shit, I said Elden Ring. Elder Scrolls. Didn't they have like different species and shit?
Yes, Khajiit.
Why is it so difficult for them to do it again on a game like this?
Well, with this, you might want to travel to where they all originate in your spaceship and land on an alien planet with alien architecture and alien society and alien culture with aliens. Whereas the Khajiit are just plonked into Skyrim, and you're like, where do they come from? I don't know. They're just around, right? So it's just it's not. There's no part of Skyrim you go to, and it's all Khajiit. There's all the cats that hang out. It's all cat world. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they've kind of wandered in. They're migrants, I suppose, and they've wandered into Skyrim from somewhere else. And then the Nords have wandered in from the north, and the Imperials are from somewhere, and that kind of thing. And I think you've got vampires as well, haven't you, in Skyrim? So I can't remember all the different races in Skyrim. There are a few. Who cares? Look, changing traits and appearance after entering the Unity, which is like the new game plus now. It's like too late.
I feel like all of this could have been added months ago, bro.
To be able to play the game.
The game came out September of last year. You finally update this shit at the end of May?
I know.
No one listen, if you ever played Starfield via Game Pass or you paid for it, you should be fucking pissed.
Well, look, the list of all of those things there, they are dull as ditchwater, really, aren't they? Right? There's nothing there to get excited about. It doesn't say new mission. It doesn't say new vehicle.
Nope.
It doesn't say aliens.
They don't say nothing about Game Pass.
It doesn't say, you can have sex and it's pornographic. It's really interesting, right?
Not gonna add that.
No. I mean, they had the hot coffee stuff in GTA, right? So that's why I'm saying that. And then they kind of chickened out, and they took it out of the game, but they didn't take it out enough for people to...
Starfield was such a low-effort trash.
It's kind of like... I think they knew that would be happening on PC, that people would find a way of resurrecting the mode. Because if you want to remove something like that from a game, you can remove it. No problem, right? So they're deliberately doing that to get past the censor, I think.
What do we know about this acquisition? We know Sony did the offer. We don't know if it's been accepted yet, right? I would assume they try to get that offer accepted before the Sony financials in the middle of May.
Offer
for Paramount.
Oh, for Paramount.
Yeah, today it said that they put up $26 billion.
The thing is that what they're buying has got so many things attached to it that aren't really worth having. If they were just getting Paramount Studios and the Star Trek license and stuff like that, that would be one thing. But it seems to be a whole load of stuff, and I don't really see that it's worth having.
A $26 billion. How much is Paramount worth? $26 billion all cash offer. That's crazy.
I thought Hiroki Totoki in his earnings call was kind of making out that basically Sony weren't really in that great position financially to be able to doing that.
No, they're just not happy with the money they did make. It doesn't mean they broke.
We don't sell them at much of a profit. That's one thing. Even though we have change the SKU so it's got a smaller pizza, it still costs us, a lot to make these things compared to the previous generation where we were at this point in the generation making more money off the PS4, right? That's the difference. So because it's so high tech, the PS5, it's hard for them to.
It looks like Sundance wanted to pick up Paramount, but their deal is about to expire, and that's why Sony put up the $26 billion to try to get them since the deal was about to expire. I'm gonna go put this information up on the screen. This is very juicy. I mean, this is the thing. I believe it's really up to Paramount who they want to sell to, because they could have sold the Skydance. If they didn't want to sell the Skydance, and they've been doing really good, then they may not want to sell to Sony, even though Sony has been in this business for a very long time, and they know what works and what doesn't.
Well, yes, the thing about if you have any choice in who buys you, you might want to be bought by someone who's prepared to invest in you, rather than someone who can just afford to own you, just to say I own you, and then has no money to invest in you. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it would make better sense. It's like, you've got a house that's a bit dilapidated. It needs fixing up. You've got two purchasers, one of which is rich, one of which is just got enough money to buy it, wants somewhere to flop in it and turn it into a crack den. And the other one wants to buy it and do it up and make it really nice. It's kind of like, you feel you've got more of a social responsibility to sell it to the person who wants to make something of it.
Let me get this. Did I get it out? Yeah.
So what do you think about the Xbox One X being more powerful than the Xbox Series S?
Oh, I always thought that was funny. I thought it was funny because I feel like that was the true reason why they discontinued the Xbox One X, because more comparisons would have been made and the truth would have came out.
Yeah.
But Digital Foundry already pretty much did that shit.
That console's too expensive for them to keep making.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I see Xbox Series X, even though it should be the primary main console. The Xbox Series X, the more powerful one, is too expensive to keep on the market, especially when people keep buying the cheaper one. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this is what it is. This is the big. This is the last. Our last topic we're covering tonight. For the next 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes, and this is the Sony and Apollo make a $26 billion all cash offer for Paramount. Paramount, the people behind Transformers movies, and they own Nickelodeon, so that includes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar: The Last Airbender. This would be really good for Sony. They would have access to all these IPs, and they could do a lot of movies and shows and obviously video games that will be exclusive. It would be some good shit here. I think if they got the money, I say do it. If it's going to hurt them in the long time, don't do it. That's my take on it. If you got the money and it won't hurt you in the long run, do it. But like I said to True Woody earlier today, if you add up all of the acquisitions that Sony has made, whether it's on behalf of Sony Pictures or on behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment, you add them together and it still doesn't come up to $70 billion. And that includes the Insomniac, House Marquee. Every dev in the last 5+ years, every acquisition by Sony in the last 5+ years, add it up and it doesn't come up to $70 billion. Sony is very smart with their money. Very smart.
Might actually listen. This might actually be a what you call it. The reason it may sound weird is because it might be a Roki Toki thing because he's the only one in charge right now.
Yeah. I wanted to do some research.
And I remember he's actually in charge of both
How
sides.
much does Paramount cost right now? Trying to see. They're probably gonna tell me the stock market price. What is the value of Paramount? $13 USD. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Their market cap is $8 billion as of May 2024. So why are they overbidding? Somebody have to explain that because I don't know first thing about this type of stuff.
They didn't overbid them. I think
Their
think
market cap is $8.54 billion. I'm looking at it right now from company's market cap, companiesmarketcap.com. And this was as of May 2024. Not May of last year, May of this year. And they're not doing so good in the United States. Never mind. Now I'm looking at it, it's $9.65 billion. I think with this news of what Sony is trying to do, it's gonna tip off their market cap. So maybe they try to like wait for their value to pick up and then have somebody else buy them. But the question is, who are they truly looking to allow? Who are they looking for to buy them? Because if they don't want Sony and Apollo to buy them, like who else does Paramount want to buy them? Can they just be fucking straightforward with everybody and stop wasting people's time? Like this shit, wow, bro. Let Sony pick them up and go on about your day. Yeah, I agree. Sony has way more experience when it comes to like movies and shit like that, bro. They've been in the game for a while. $9 billion. Okay. What the fuck is this shit? Nothing of value. Wow, that's crazy, bro. What the shit? They said there's almost 4 million Indians that have migrated to Canada since 2020. I didn't know Canada had a migration problem.
Yeah, they got a few. Yeah, they got a lot over there.
You said what, man?
No, I said you're right. They got a few.
Yeah, they got a few, man. That shit, wow, bro. I didn't know it was that bad. I know everybody, joke about going to Canada and shit, but I didn't know it was like that.
I mean,
I'm hoping they accept. Oh, good night, man, Kevin Logan. I hope they accept the offer. I mean, why not? Like, how much you looking for when you're not in a good position? Like, you know what I'm saying? You take what you can get. But who knows? Maybe Disney fucking pops out of nowhere and say, "Hey, we got 30 billion. We'll buy you in all cash." So
they don't. Their stock is not high. Well,
you said what, man?
their stock is in.
Yeah, you're right about that. That makes absolutely no sense, man. I think they playing around though. I don't know who Paramount wants to buy them, but I think they playing around. Skydance is a good person to pick them up too. So they wasted their time. So I'm assuming they're gonna do the same with Sony. Oh, this is that competitor stuff. Nobody wants to be owned by your competitor especially if shit's not going good. This kind of also proves our point that subscription services aren't going to save anybody, whether it comes to movies, TV shows, or video games. Like, it could be the death of you as a company. And we've now lived long enough to see that is actually a fact. Like, Game Pass is the leading cause of death for the Xbox brand. Paramount put a lot of their effort into streaming and Paramount Plus. And look how that paid off. It's interesting. Skydance has Amy Hennig. Yeah, it does. I think so. What happens with the Halo show that are on Paramount Plus? I think it'll stay there. It's just that specific show will be property of Sony. Not the IP of Halo, just that specific Halo show. It'll be funny. That shit wow. I gotta wait to see some gameplay, Lucci. I'm excited as you guys, but I've also been disappointed by overhyping stuff. I've learned my lesson years ago. I'm not going to do it again. That goes for a lot of games. I have to see gameplay. I cannot get hyped off of damn good graphics for a cutscene. But I gotta wait. Yeah. One thing I know about Unreal Engine, it's always gonna look good. It's always gonna make those games look good. That's not the problem. The problem is the game running, the messaging. Hopefully they don't have too bad of messaging, and the story. I think the voice actors are gonna be really good. Hopefully the story makes sense. It's really weird that all of these Marvel type video games are coming out so far after the Marvel Cinematic Universe has kind of started crashing down upon itself. You know, pretty much sucks. Like said Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economy Forum, you will. Damn it, man! Your English so broken. It make me don't sound good. You will. It's the bugs. You own nothing and be happy. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
He's trying to say you will own nothing.
Eat the bugs. You will eat the bugs.
He said you will. It's the bugs.
No. I'm saying that Klaus Schwab, head of the World Economic Forum, said you will eat the bugs. You will own nothing and be happy.
I heard that saying before.
They have the same diet as mainland China, where they eat locusts and stuff.
Illegal.
Anyway.
I don't know anything about that game, so I can't say anything. But I do you play as Black Panther or Captain America or both? Because it's look, man. Let me explain to you why I'm just not all in on this yet. I'm gonna explain to you why I have trust issues. I just want you guys to like take a look at what I had saw, and maybe you'll understand. Damn, Jay. Now I see what you're talking about. I see why you skeptical. Do y'all remember Wonder Woman, the video game? About 3 years ago, they showed it off. They did a teaser. It was a real teaser from WB of a Wonder Woman game. It's gonna be a AAA game, obviously open world. It's easy to get hyped for something until it takes 5 to 6 years from that hype trailer for it to fucking come out. So I need to see gameplay for everything I hype up. Cause see, if I hype it up, you guys hype it up. And if it gets an L again, y'all gonna not take responsibility. You gonna say, "Damn, Jay, you shouldn't have hyped me up on it." I know my lesson. I will not follow you guys down that fucking path. You can hype that shit up yourself, but I need to wait for that gameplay. I'm going to stay responsible.
These things can sometimes turn out to be card battling games. You have a nice, fully modeled character in the CGI trailer, and you're thinking, "God, that looks awesome," and then it turns out to be card battling.
I don't think it's gonna be that, but who knows?
I mean, it has happened.
Yeah,
that they've done that in things. So, wait until you get a gameplay trailer.
New hero games are.
We've got
a hell of no outside of Spider.
What was it? Kevin Logan said we need to ask True Witty where is the Redfall DLC.
They never get that. I'm surprised they haven't officially canceled that game. Yep. I gotta wait, man. I gotta wait. That trailer looked good. Let me go see. What was the name of the trailer? I forgot what the name of that fucking trailer was. They changed it, didn't they? It was 1943. Is it Rise of Hydra? Yeah, it's Rise of Hydra. Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra. Okay.
Isn't it Amy Hennig that's written it?
Yeah, Amy Hennig.
That's probably going to be quite good then.
Yeah, I still go wait and see, man. Things change. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I remember when True Woody kept telling me about Starfield and how good Bethesda is at making RPGs, and I was I'm just saying. I'm using that prime example. Is like people change, and just because you used to be good don't mean you're still good. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I'm gonna reserve my judgment.
Man, still no man.
No, I'm using that as an example, motherfucker. You did say Bethesda's still the king of RPGs, and obviously they ain't the king of shit. Nah, damn thing.
What?
They're king of fucking L's.
Well, technically they are Xbox doesn't exist anymore in the long term, so they technically ain't king of anything because there's nothing to be king of. So
I can't wait to see that gameplay. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no cinematic. I want to see gameplay. I think there was like small micro segments that looked like it was in-game gameplay, but then I can't tell. They know how to make trailers like this, right? It's their job to make trailers to get you hyped. It's my job to have some discipline when it comes to that hype. And the game's coming out in 2025, so it's going to be between this and Grand Theft Auto right now. That and Death Stranding Part 2. Fake ass trailer. That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn, bro. 2025 gonna be a fucking crazy year. If Grand Theft Auto can manage to still come out that year. That'd be nice. God damn. See, Death Stranding, see that, like when I see that part 2, I could believe in this. Because I know how part 1 was. And I know how gorgeous it looked. And I know what they can do with this Decima engine because I played Horizon Forbidden West. So I know what's capable. But when it comes to like Amy Hennig and Unreal, we don't know how it's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be a small game, a linear game, an open world game. I have to see some level of gameplay so I can form some sort of realistic opinion on what's going on or how the game is going to be. Damn, look at that. Yeah, I got like I want to see Wolverine too, man. I know that game ain't coming out. I think they said 2026. Make anime great again. You said Free Stellar Blade just crossed 70,000 signatures. Yeah, I told True Woody. I thought that by Friday they may be up there close to 100,000. They getting there. Look at this shit right here. That's Game Pass. All their accessories. Death Stranding 2 and Wolverine is all I care about. Yeah, I mean, I wish I was getting Wolverine next year. I do believe they might finally show off a trailer though this year, even though we've already seen it. But I believe they'll finally show off a trailer that'll be in 4K 60, and I think we're gonna love it. I'm grabbing Wolverine blindfolded. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I saw some stuff, but not enough to deter me from the game. When the game comes out as a day one, I'm gonna play the fuck out of it. Damn, man, the fight scene in this shit is so fucking awesome, bro. I know he about to go crazy with the fucking fight scenes on this game. That's day one. Phantom Blade. Phantom Blade. Why does that sound familiar? Phantom Blade. Is it the Phantom Blade Zero game? Yeah, I think I remember this. We got so many great games coming out.
What's so funny?
Yeah, this was already a day one. We gonna get more games with combat style like Stellar Blade and shit. I'm all in. I'm all in, man. PlayStation really got a lot of W's, man. They got a lot of W's. I would love for this game to come out. I think this game, I don't know if it was 2025. I thought it was this year because it was shown off last year. Oh yeah, that's the day one. Look at that fucking combat. Nice. Got some ninja abilities. Look at that. Kojima saw this shit and said, we need it. Another PlayStation Town exclusive. Or a Town exclusive or Town exclusive. Fuck. Yeah, that's the day one. Ah, shit better be like that. Okay, everybody. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. It is time for me to go. I'm up here dozing off, and I don't like that. I had a long day, and I'm gonna have a longer day tomorrow. But the good news, everybody. Saturday, I'm off work, and I'm hoping to wake up, start up the PS5, and go live from the PS5 playing Stellar Blade some more. So I'm looking forward to that on Saturday. If anything else doesn't ruin those plans, but that's what I'm looking for on Saturday.
What time did you say it was?
It's 9 o'clock p.m.
Oh, I thought you said 12. I was like,
No, not yet. Okay, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Sorry it's so short, and sorry for being late. But we covered some really good things, and I'm gonna get prepared to do some of the timestamps. I'm out.